Good morning. Oh, I actually have music playing in the background, which is something I don't normally do. Softly, of course. The title that the title for this morning is Massaged by a Goddess Taller Than Me. Yes, it was another dream. She was several inches taller than me, and I am 6 foot 4 inches. As I come to the computer following meditation, the song, Surround Me with Love by Charlie McClain, is playing softly on my computer where the album has been playing all night long. Once again, I have to let go of my envisioned relationship with a real earth angel, which hurt a lot last evening. Today I feel the stress throughout my body. Surprisingly for me, I feel no blame towards her. On the contrary, I am happy that she has a much stronger connection with the heavenly realm than I do, and has created an environment where she gets the physical contact she needs from her amazing pets. Many thoughts flow through my mind with accompanying feelings of sadness and disappointment. I'm asking God to help me fly, and perhaps even more important, to help me learn to play again. And I do include the link to the song Surround Me with Love in the blurb. Oh, let me begin with the dream. I used to work as a manager uh, with my friend Margie in a business that she owned, in which there were light touch body rubs given, sort of like massages, but lighter, not the heavy massage, but sort of just sensual touch. And that was the environment for the dream, in which this lady had to be like close to 7 feet tall at least. I don't know how tall she was, but it would have been like me going onto a basketball court and looking up at the forwards and the centers that are in some cases over 7 feet tall. You know, oh my goodness, I don't have to look up to very many people, but and this lady, beautiful lady, um, was there and gave me a massage, although I still felt lots of tension in my body when I woke up this morning. So it didn't relieve that. But a lot of the tension is emotional because I had another conversation last night with my friend from North Carolina. And I realized in the conversation, I was actually realizing it all week long leading up to it, where there was no conversation for 6 days. But I knew I had to actually feel it in an actual conversation rather than projecting my feelings. And by the time we got to the conclusion of the conversation, I realized that once again I had projected a relationship that simply was not it was not reality. It was a projection. And I've done that my whole life, but in the past I've always thought there was something wrong with with her. It can't possibly be me. Has to be her fault. You know, she's not paying attention. She's not communicating properly, or she's doing something wrong. But in this case, it didn't have anything to do with her. And I realized that it was my projection. It was my creation, that I had imagined something to be that really wasn't to be. And I was a little bit hard on myself last night. I'm a little bit easier on myself this morning. But I was really hard on myself last night of, Ron, when are you going to learn? When are you going to ever learn? Now it's interesting because in the beginning of our conversations, we both indicated that our intensity tended to make potential partners run away from us. And she informed me that you will be like all the others, you will run away. And maybe she was right. And maybe each of us create our self-fulfilling prophecies in that regard, because the words that we say and the things that we believe behind those words do, in fact, help create our experience, and they are often self-fulfilling prophecies. And I know from my own experience, I have often laid my vision on the line with ladies that I was attracted to, and oftentimes, virtually all the time, they would run away when I would do that. And I don't know how, as I said in the blurb, help me learn to play again. I don't know how to be attracted to somebody and just pretend it's a friendship. I think in terms of the attraction and of a relationship. That's how I've always done it. Maybe there's another way, but I've never done it another way, and I don't know how to do it another way, or at least I haven't learned yet how to do it another way. And the irony is, I've had women attracted to me, but I'm only strongly attracted, apparently, at least this has been my experience to this point in time, I'm only strongly attracted to women that don't seem to be available. And it's not the woman's fault. It's not, if there's any fault, it's my own. But maybe it's not even anybody's fault. It's just the way that I've programmed myself, or been programmed, to respond when it comes to relationships. I've known people in my life. Well, I have a friend that I grew up with. He's 2 years older than I am. He's never been in a relationship with a lady, ever in his whole entire life. In his whole life. And he wants one. I've talked to him on the phone. I've corresponded with him, even as an adult, as recently as a year or two ago. And he's never had that desire to mate fulfilled in his entire life. I've known other people that would get sick whenever they'd get close to someone that they were attracted to. And I know when I'm strongly attracted to somebody, when I've met people that I'm strongly attracted to, I tremble. Physically, I tremble inside. I can feel my body shake inside because of the strong attraction and the energy that releases in me that I feel physically. And I don't know, I haven't figured out this attraction. Oftentimes, for me, it's a physical thing, although there's been at least one person in my life that I was not physically attracted to, that I felt the strong attraction anyway, although mentally I said, she's not my body type. And my body type, for those of you that don't know, tends to be someone who's thin, at least thin, certainly not voluptuous. That does not attract me. Never has. Never has. It has been an attraction thing. It's neither right nor wrong. It's just me. I'm just sharing me. But I tend and have tended in my life to always attract people that really aren't available. And I've always been, in my thoughts, mean toward them, or at least angry toward them, if they didn't meet my need. And this time, I've not felt that. Even last night, when I was hurting a lot worse than I'm hurting this morning, I didn't feel any blame. I actually felt, when I would think about her and what she had shared with me and the things that we've shared together over the past few months, I'm happy for her. She has an enviable connection with Spirit, with God, however you want to say it. For her, she considers herself an angel in an earth body. That's why I called her an earth angel. And she's probably right. She does seem to have a connection that I don't have. When I feel hurt, God seems a million miles away. And that's what I said when I was praying last night. I said, God, when I need you the most, you seem furthest away. Now, I know God didn't move. I did. I know that. But what I feel is alone. And that's why I put the album on last night before I was actually listening to it all evening, and then I just turned it down really low when I went to bed, and it's still playing at the volume that it was playing at throughout the night. Whether you can hear it or not, I'm not sure. It's still playing, and I just put on the one song, Surround Me With Love, although through the night it was playing all 10 songs, and then repeating. But Surround Me With Love is playing right at this moment, and right as I said that, Charlie McClain was singing those exact words. And that's what I've longed for, to be surrounded with love. And as I've talked to a couple of days ago, I want to learn how to fly. And yes, I want to learn how to play. I mean, I was asked, about going for walks on the beach or going for walks in the woods or going, I don't do things alone. It's not because I don't enjoy my own company, but I don't have to go anywhere else to enjoy my own company because I'm right here always. Right here, wherever I am, I'm right here. And so I don't go somewhere else to enjoy something else. I stay pretty much cooped at home. Now, I've been making an effort to stay away from the computer more and more, to do things and get caught up with tasks around my house that I've been putting off for a long time. And there's still some of those on that to-do list when I get around to it. But the relationship issue really, it really is heartbreaking for me that I don't know how to do relationships. I haven't learned in all of my years, I haven't learned how to create the relationship that my heart has longed for all of my life. Even when I've been in relationships, they haven't been the relationship that my heart has longed for. And so when I talk with my friend in North Carolina, and she talks about her relationship with God, with her angel friends, I don't have that. I don't have that relationship. And she has a beautiful relationship with her animals. Beautiful relationship. I mean, they're like children to her. And I mean literally like children. And she draws, I've been on the phone with her when she takes care of her animals. I mean, they have a really, really, really high priority for her. And she draws tremendous emotional satisfaction from her interaction with the animals. I've never been, animals gravitate toward me, but I don't gravitate toward animals. I just don't. I never have. I never have. Maybe when I was a little kid, I don't remember. I know we had dogs, and they stayed in the dog coop or the dog house outside. They weren't inside pets when I was growing up. But I've never been close to animals. Not really. So people that can use animals as a substitute for human contact, at least they're getting contact with a living, breathing being in the physical realm. And that's a beautiful thing, I suppose. But I've always longed for the human contact. It's the human contact that has been even more meaningful than the spiritual contact, even more meaningful than contact just on the physical level with a pet of some sort. I've always longed for that union with someone who is in the same realm that I'm in, not in a different realm. And to me, that would give more meaning even to all of the other connections. But that would be the central core of meaning for my life, the central core relationship that brings all the other relationships into greater fruition, if you will. And I've not known how to do that. When I say that my two biggest areas of insecurity right now are my home and relationships, that's not a lie at all. And I created for the first time a nest, but it's an empty nest. I live in this big house that people have been trying to steal from me almost from the time that I moved in. And it's an empty nest. It's an empty nest. I have no one to share it with. And I really was feeling that last night. Not so much this morning, but last night I was really feeling it. I wanted to make a screwdriver, and I'd go to the refrigerator and I would get another glass of water. I didn't touch a screwdriver because my practice is when I'm feeling down, I don't drink. I don't drink to hide my sorrow or to hide my sadness or to cover anything up. And I don't like to even eat when I'm feeling in a sad emotional state. I'd like to stay away from things, but I was drinking lots of water. I mean, it wasn't even a half an hour. I kept going out, I'd get another drink of water. I must have had 10 glasses of water from late yesterday afternoon till I went to bed last night. I probably drank almost a gallon of water. But in any case, this is something that I have to deal with, and I've promised to always be true to where I am. And this is where I am this morning. So I'm sharing that with the world. It'll be what it is. You will react as you will react, or not. It doesn't matter. This is where Ron is. And last night I was thinking I'm not going to be able to do a video tomorrow, but thank God for that massage by that tall goddess, because that put me into a state of mind where I'm able to come to the video this morning and to be at least relaxed enough and calm enough to tell the truth about where I am. I appreciate you listening. Thank you very much. Namaste.